fellas, welcome back. We're off to meet a lad called Scott. He's got a BMW 2002. It's a proper cool little old thing. It reminds us of like a little Mark 1 or Mark 2 Escort. We'll be there soon though, so we'll find more out about it when we get there. Oh, but before we get there, I've got something to say. I'm going to pull over and I'll tell you. Started raining, fellas. Hopefully it'll clear up soon. Before we carry on, can I just say a huge thanks to BOTB for sponsoring this video. BOTB are a dream car competition company and they give away 2 dream cars every week. There's over 150 cars you can buy tickets for. So literally you can just go, tell you what, we'll go through, we'll have a look. These are some of the cars right that are up for grabs. You just buy a ticket, the tickets are like a couple of quid. You've got Rolls Royces, can you see? With that, I'll do a screen record. Right, so here's some of the cars up for grabs, look, right? So we've got a Rolls Royce there, £5.95 a ticket, or you can get a cash, if you win the car, you can also take a cash alternative, and on this one it's 220 grand. If you're not into Lamborghinis or Rolls Royces, there's also like big camper van type things. That's also got a cash alternative of 207 grand. It does 0 to 60 in 17.2 seconds. Look at the other car they've got up for sale, right? It's only £2.50 a ticket. It's got a cash alternative of 144 grand. Escort Cozzy. If you win the Escort Cozzy, right, the tickets are £2.50. You also get 100 grand. I mean, how mint would that summer be? You win the Escort Cozzy and you get 100 grand. If you're interested in these, BOTB also help with the first year's insurance. I'll leave a link below. As long as you're over 17, you can enter. Again, thanks to BOTB for sponsoring this video. Let's go and meet Scott and hope it stops raining. Hi fellas, I'm here with Scott. He's brought his BMW 2002 down. We'll have a walk around, we'll have a look, find out a bit about it. So what years have you had?
1973 this
1973?
Yeah, 1973, yeah.
Have you had it long?
About 4.5 years now.
Have you?
Yeah, 4.5 years.
It's mint as well, mind, I love it. Like, it's not perfect, is it?
No.
Even when I messaged you, we're like, it's a bit, not tight, but you said it's not perfect.
Yeah. Got stone chips.
And I like that about it. I like the wall marks. I was flicking through your Instagram and you can see you on the back roads just blasting, just...
Yeah.
That's what it's built for, isn't it? You tear that
oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, it was built for sort of B roads and stuff, really. You know, out in the Pennines, North Yorkshire, more sort of thing. And,
you were saying you were following a lorry, weren't you? And it flicked a stone up, bounced on your bonnet, then hit your ear pillar there.
Yeah. So it's just one of them, can't get too precious about it.
I like that about it, I really do. I love it. It's a beautiful looking car as well.
Oh, cheers.
It reminds us of like the Escorts, the Mark 1s and Mark 2s and that, like a little 2-door rear wheel drive.
I mean, it's BMW's kind of version of one of them, I guess.
It's probably about the same kind of year as well, isn't it, than a Mark 1 Escort?
Yeah, it's a Mark 1, yeah.
So what wheels you go on?
The mini lights.
Did you put them on? Was the car standard when you got it?
No, it'd been restored bodywork wise, and it had the turbo arches and whatnot put on it. But then all the mechanicals, the engine, gearbox, diff, brakes, brake lines, everything I've sort of done, and then with help from some mates and that as well. So the wheels are mini lights. I had them custom made by Mini Light in the right offset, to fit the turbo arches. So the front ones are 7s and the rear ones are 8s.
Width?
Yeah, 195 tyres on the front and a 205 on the back.
Well, they're Toyo epoxy tyres.
Yeah, they are 888Rs. Bit overkill for the road maybe, but I only take it out on hot days generally. So yeah.
I like the fat tyres. I like a bit of tyre wall.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's a beautiful little car, mind, it really is.
I'm glad you like it.
Can I have a look inside?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's obviously not standard seats there?
No, not standard seats, so they're Cobra RSRs. They're like a sort of period copy of Recaro RSRs, which you can't get hold of anymore. And if you can, they're thousands of pounds.
So have you had them retrimmed, or is that how?
No, that's how they came, yeah. And it's quite sort of fitting how they are.
Nice,
haven't changed them.
Really
nice and supportive.
Alright.
Only just fitting them, mine.
You've only just fitted them?
No, only just fitting them.
Oh, you only just fitting them?
Yeah.
But they're getting older, isn't it? You get a bit wider.
No, exactly.
Cool. I like your gear knob as well, little like a nylon
delving thing, yeah.
What about there? Oil pressure, oil temperature.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, and battery, yeah.
And your revs.
Alright.
Speedo.
I mean, I did have the ECU that I put in it, powering the original rev counter, but it bounced around and it couldn't sort of keep up.
Right.
So I've you know, I fitted that so I could actually keep an eye on what was going on. You're sort of going down the gears and it was, you know, flapping about, and you're like, I don't know what it's doing, you know.
Can we have a look under the bonnet?
Yeah, sure.
Is this a 2-litre engine? It's the original engine you were saying, weren't you?
Yeah, it's not the sort of numbers matching original engine,
right.
but it's a TII block, you know, and head, and you know, it's just been modified to get a bit more power out of it. I mean, there were 130 standard on the mechanical fuel injection. You know, I had the head ported, big cam in it, a bit more compression. You know, Gen V throttle bodies on it now, and it's about 180 horsepower.
Is it?
Yeah.
Plenty in something like this, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like an old, you know, it's nearly 50 years old now, so plenty of power.
I love that carbon fibre, what do you call them, intake plenum?
Yeah, box intake plenum, yeah.
Do you have any throttle bodies?
Yeah, that's what's on it. It's got Gen V throttle
Gen V,
bodies
is
on
that
it.
how you see it?
Yeah.
What size are they?
45s.
45s?
Yeah.
So did you do all the engine work? Did it come with an engine when you bought the car?
It came, the bottom end was fitted in the car, the head and everything else was in the boot in bits, the gearbox was in the boot in bits, and then the competition engine builds in Northallerton, AMAC Engineering. They did all the machining, modifications and whatnot, and I took it all home and built it up.
What gearbox is on? Like a standard gearbox?
Well, it came with a really ultra rare 5-speed dogleg first close ratio thing, which was an optional extra back when they were new, and they were like, you know, hardly anyone spec them because they were that bloody expensive sort of thing. And it came with one, and I thought, oh, jackpot, you know. And then when we got it home and stripped it, you know, it needed 4 new gears, it needed all new synchros, and you know, quite a lot of money later, you know, and that's what I've kept with, you know. Kept the 5-speed? Yeah, so I was like invested by that point. I was like, well, I spent this fortune amount of money on this gearbox, I need to run it.
Can we go for driving it?
Yeah, sure. Cool. Yeah.
I think I'll get used to harnesses. I've been in that many cars. Do these just push that up and that'll...
Yeah, if you tilt that back, then pull that one in.
Oh, right, You've got loads of footage on Instagram, haven't you? Just absolutely getting it around the...
A little bit, yeah. I only put the stuff that's probably safe to put up. No, I'm not daft anyway. Nah. It's sensible. There's a time and a place for it, isn't there?
As you get older, you become more sensible, don't you? I think it's like self-preservation kicks in. You were saying this isn't your daily drive, is it? You've got like a Lexus for
Lexus ISF. You know, if it's interesting sort of thing, I like it. I'm not like BMW through and through sort of thing. I'm not stuck to one brand. I like a bit of everything, me. I think if I had to pick a brand, I would probably say Vauxhall. Like old Cavaliers and Portland and that. I love stuff like that. Even all them are shooting up now, aren't they?
Aye, everything old, isn't it?
Yeah, anything old and interesting is just gone silly.
Sounds nice, mind.
That's what I mean, that's with the airbox. I imagine how loud it was without it. You know, it did your head in. Like we were saying, it's, you know, getting old.
So what exhaust you got on it? Is it like a unique bespoke build thing?
The manifolds from a company called JMIC, who specialise in parts for their... Yeah, they built the exhaust manifold, and it sort of comes 90% done. You've got to sort of finish it off. Right. And then the rest of it's from a company called Martellius Exhaust, and I just really like how it looks. I mean, it looks like standard, but just a little bit bigger, and they sort of built it in the diameter you wanted. I mean, the car wasn't mobile, otherwise I would have taken it somewhere to have one made. You know, so it was good just to stick it on in the garage sort of thing.
Is it just like a 2.5-inch system or something?
2 1/4 it is.
2 1/4. How many boxes you got in?
It's got two small ones, yeah.
Isn't it? I can see why you like this. Like, really can. Does it put you off the value? Because we just said the value of them starting to creep up now, isn't it? They're getting a bit expensive now.
Yeah. But
does the value of it take away from it for you a bit, or?
No, I just pretend it's not really worth it. Otherwise, you wouldn't enjoy it, sort of thing.
many come up for sale?
Yeah, I mean, for how sort of little you see them about, there's always quite a lot for sale. It's weird, yeah. I mean, it's a bit like Mark 1, Mark 2 Escorts. You see loads of them for sale, but you hardly ever see them about, do you?
Are they about the same kind of price as like a Mark 1, Mark 2 Escort or something like this?
They're getting there now.
Are
they? Yeah, they're getting there. I mean,
catching up, are they?
Yeah, I mean, the turbo ones are doing really silly money. I mean, one sold at auction in America for, I think it was like 198,000.
Was it?
Like dollars, but still, it's just absolute.
Was that
ridiculous.
like a low mileage?
Yeah.
Like a super low mile type, original type thing?
They'll never get driven.
No, I know, that's the thing. I would love something like this to just blast about.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I sort of built it for.
Aye.
I wanted something old, you know, that you can sort of drive it 80%, you know, and chuck it about, rather than something that's, you know, stupidly fast and you drive it at 30% all the time. You know, it's just not fun. It gets tiresome.
You can see the bonnet bouncing about, can't you? The big. Can you see it from there?
Yeah.
Big sheet of steel bouncing about.
It's just got hard engine mounts on it. You know,
nice though.
It's all right, isn't it?
I mean, you wouldn't want to daily it.
No, I mean, the spring rates are really quite high on it for a road car, but you know, the damping's that good. It's fine.
What suspension you got on it?
It's got Nitron Racing suspension on it.
Coilovers?
Yeah, well, coilovers front, and then it's a separate shock and spring at the back.
Right. Did you buy them? Did you put them on?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the only kit in existence that they've probably made.
Really?
Yeah. So they do a kit for like the E30 M3, and it's a similar setup on these. You know, so I sort of emailed them and said, you know, would you be interested in doing a kit for this? And I wanted them to half say no because they're not cheap. And they come back and were like, oh yeah, no bother. And I was like, oh, there we go, sort of thing.
Conversation with a girlfriend when she's in a good mood.
And then you've got to cut up the strut legs to make them as well on these.
Right.
And the TIIs and turbos came with bigger bearing strut housings.
Right.
You know, they're worth a fortune now, so I had to cut some of them up to make them as well. So.
What's your plans with it then?
Just enjoy it for now.
Just keep using it?
Yeah, just enjoy it for now, and then, you know, I'll end up just taking it further and further, I think, but not making it too bad for the road. I mean, I want to make a bit more power out of it.
You want more power,
yeah? And then probably take a bit of weight out of it as well, but it depends what sort of order I end up.
What would you do for weight?
Sort of start looking at sort of lightweight, bonnet, boot, that sort of thing.
Fiberglass or carbon fibre or something?
Yeah, I mean, the fiberglass stuff's not probably light enough,
right?
Unless it's like single skin, but then you get it down the territory of it not being that good on the road. So I'll probably end up getting some carbon stuff made, I think.
Alright. I like the windows. Let's see if I can get me GoPro.
The little quarter light windows are classic.
I'll show you in a bit. I like the windows.
And then engine wise, you know, might go a cam up on it, and a bit more compression, longer con mods in it, and then probably call it a day at that.
We're saying though, weren't we earlier, like for B-road blast, that you just have too much power, can you?
Oh yeah.
Like if this was like 300-400 brake horsepower, it wouldn't be the same car. You'd be like going into corners at 140 miles an hour. Give fucking no. I mean, it'd be a fear drive, like a scary ride.
Yeah, I don't think I'd dare drive this with double the power. Guys out there that have them with that sort of power and more.
It's like
it's not for me.
It's bragging at the pub, isn't it? It's bragging at the pub lights. Big power, but something to take the Pennines and blast about.
Yeah.
I noticed you've got Willwood brakes on it as well.
Yeah, so it's got Willwood's front and back.
Well, the 4 pots on the front.
4's on the front and then single on the back with a handbrake mechanism in it. It's got billet aluminium hubs and 2-piece discs all round as well.
You don't get any fade from them, will you?
No, I mean that's it. I mean the standard brakes are good on them, but you know I'd rather it sort of over brake than it over handle. It's power than the other way around.
Definitely. I love it.
I mean, standard the engines, I think they're rev to something like 5,800 and this is 7.5 now.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean the cam makes power like up to just over 7, like 7.2 I think it made its power at.
Has it got a limiter? Have you hit a limiter?
Yeah, it's got a limiter, yeah.
You see, your girlfriend comes out as well, doesn't she, in this?
Yeah,
she like it?
Yeah, she used to come out with me plenty in it. She doesn't like going quick in it, but
Does she not?
She loves the car.
Aye. Does she drive it?
No, she won't. Like,
No?
She was insured on it the first year I got it on the road, and I just don't think she fancied driving it. You know, I'd let her drive it. I'm not bothered, mate.
Aye. She's a good driver, or she good?
Yeah, she's good. No, she's a good driver.
Sounds wicked, like, doesn't it? It really does sound nice.
Yeah, but I think the engine's like, you know, it's 50 years old. So
It's not scarily fast either. Like,
No.
if you took me off with you in this, I'll be alright sitting there.
Yeah. It's just dead linear, like it's not like it's going to light the back wheels up.
I know, aye. Seems like controlled.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no roll in it or anything, is there?
No,
It's
there's
just
not.
solid.
It's not a bad ride at all, this mind. It's quite comfortable. It's
It's
firm.
what it is, isn't it?
Aye, it's firm. But it's not like, it's not getting loud, it's not like really loud, it's not really bumpy, it's just a little bit of everything in the right amount. I would say anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take it too far, so I didn't enjoy it on the road.
That's the hardest thing about modifying a car, I think, keeping them drivable and nice to drive. Like I had a Subaru and I've spoiled it now. I've got rock hard suspension on it. It's get low and it scrapes everywhere. Mate, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot for that.
No, well done.
Do you want to leave a link to any social media? Should we leave your Instagram below and people check out some
my
videos?
Instagram, Scott D. Osborne.
Aye, I'll leave it in the link below, fellas.
Aye,
Alright, thanks a lot, mate.
No worries, thanks.
Catch us on the next one, fellas. Cheers. Spot on, mate.